What's up, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Reptile News. Now, to begin with, I hope my microphone, testing, I hope it's good. Well, last time I filmed, I forgot to shut it off, and it takes these special batteries, and I don't have any extras, so it's been on here for a couple of days, but I'm hoping it does okay. But if not, I apologize. I won't know until the editing process. So we're going to start off today in Calgary, actually, and a new show. And there's kind of two parts to this story. I'm going to give you the story, and then I'm going to tell you kind of what I think a little bit. So anyway, we're starting off in Calgary, where a new show is supposed to premiere on Animal Planet. Not endorsed, promoted, sponsored, or anything on this particular show, called Scaled. And from what I understand, this show premiered in early or late August, I believe it was, in the United States. And this is the first I'm actually hearing about it, because, to be honest, I don't keep up with Animal Planet. And that's the second part of our story we'll get to in a minute. From what I gather on this story, this show is around, I guess it shows, I don't know, all crazy enclosures. I mean, I'll read this to you. The enclosures created on the show range from 16-foot Mayan temple housing dart frogs to a set of whiskey barrels, each housing different snake named after Prohibition-era mobsters, which I guess is kind of cool. But I guess this whole show is surrounded around somebody that builds enclosures for reptiles and everything, and reptiles are kind of the center of attention on this show. Now, this is actually October 8th, just around the corner. 7 days from the time you're watching this is when it's going to be premiering in Canada on Animal Planet. Now, the second part of this story. I haven't seen this show. It's not a wonder why I haven't heard of this show. I don't keep up with Animal Planet. I don't like Animal Planet. I'm not going to watch Animal Planet. And you know, I've given Animal Planet so many chances, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances throughout the years, and they just keep screwing it up. And we've actually talked to people who have said that's not what happened. That they edited that to make it look that way. And it just bothers me that every time I really get my hopes up thinking that they're going to do something great, they don't. And so I haven't been keeping up with them. I mean, hopefully they do something great. If you guys watch this show, Scaled, let me know what you think of it. Do you think Animal Planet did it right here? Do you think they just screwed up again? It's just their little shock and awe way of doing things I just really don't like. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to some very interesting lizard science. Now, this story actually comes out of the University of Arkansas, and it was a paper that was published in the Journal of Herpetology, and it was actually very interesting. Now, the original study centers around lizards in the Ozarks and how their decline is blamed on fire suppression. And basically the way it works, I'm not going to go through the whole study with you, but basically the way it works is because of fire suppression throughout numerous decades now, that trees and brush are being allowed to overgrow in plains areas where these lizards used to thrive. And what that's done is it's giving them less places to bask, less time to bask, and they're not digesting their food properly. Their mating habits are changing, and it's very interesting stuff. And like I said, the original study was out of the University of Arkansas on lizards in the Ozarks, but it really makes you think. You know, you can kind of go off in all sorts of tangents here about how things are done, but here's my opinion on the subject of fire suppression. I understand why they do what they do. I used to be a firefighter way back when, so I know why they do what they do. But at the same time, I am absolutely a firm believer that the reason we have some of the devastating fires that we have today is because of what they do and how they do it. And you know, way back when, these fires weren't put out, they were allowed to burn out. And anybody who's visited a national forest and just gone on a hike through the trees, and you see sometimes the ankle, sometimes the knee deep, you know, pine needles and just brush on the ground, you can understand how fires can be so devastating. And on the same note, you can understand how, because these trees aren't burning like they used to, they're being allowed to thrive and grow into places where, generally speaking, they wouldn't grow. And obviously that's changing a lot of habitat for not only lizards but a lot of different animals. And so it's actually a really interesting topic that when it comes to conservation and the changes of habits of reptiles and any other animal, for example, fire suppression methods, I've never ever actually thought of that. So yeah, that's absolutely amazing stuff. And the last story today, we're going to talk a little bit, just for a couple minutes, about Ty Park. Now, I'm going to start off today by saying I haven't spoken to Ty Park in quite a while. We actually had a little disagreement some time ago. I got no issue with what he does. I think it's great stuff. This was on a separate topic. We had a little issue. Some things were said. He was offended, and he ended up blocking me on social media. So I mean, I don't know. I'm getting email. Great, thanks, Obama. Oh, sorry, can't talk about politics. Okay, anyway, I don't know what to say. It's not my problem. It was his problem. I don't know what to say. But like I said, he does great things in the herp community, and right now he's putting on Iguana Fest 2, which is taking place October 20th, 2018 from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. and I'm going to put the little flyer on the website here, and anybody that's around Tyre can visit down there or whatever. I encourage you to go and support what the guy does. He really does do great things, and besides the fact that he won't speak to me anymore, I'd still love nothing more than to be able to promote his Iguana Fest on this show. So yeah, that being said, that's going to be all your news for this Wednesday. If you'd like to read any more about these stories, those links are right down below here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other, and we'll see you Friday.